is T. Cotton, and our service leader today is Lori Whittemore. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Saco and Biddeford. Are we being recorded?
Yes.
Okay. This service is being live streamed and recorded. For those joining us on YouTube, we encourage you to have a candle or chalice to light when we light ours here in a few moments. Whoever you are, wherever you come from, whomever you love, we are glad you are here with us today. The theme for the month of April is joy. We invite you to contemplate this time with us today and carry it into your daily life when you leave here. Let us welcome our youngest members here today that are over in our religious exploration room. May we recognize their noises and rustlings as our next generation participates in worship with us. We commit to be co-stewards of this land owned by the Wabanaki Confederation and to work toward a world that is just and thriving for the whole of the web of life. We invite you to take home the order of service for information and announcements, or you may leave it for recycling as you exit the sanctuary. Please silence your cell phones. There will be a social hour in the parish hall after the service. Please join us for conversation and refreshments.
For lighting our chalice. This is our sacred promise to gather together in peace, to seek truth and love, to serve human need, so that all shall grow in harmony with the divine. Good morning. So this is our Earth Day celebration. Let us begin this Earth Day service with a deep sense of gratitude for the planet we call home. It is a place of breathtaking beauty, countless wonders, and a very source of life itself. We are humbled to be a part of this remarkable ecosystem. As we gather today, may we remember the delicate balance of nature, the interconnectedness of all living things, and the preciousness of our shared home. Let us worship together. Now stand as you're able, and we're going to sing 417, For the Beauty of the Earth. 421. Oh, 421. 21. Or it might be up here, so, no? Got the wrong one. Well, this is the time in our service where we turn and greet our neighbors. I don't know, what games it is. Oh, it's such a forgiving crowd. Is it? Oh, no, this is when she's going to do her music. Or inserting her music. Yeah. And I'm coming down. I can't, so just before. It's going to be a while. Oh, I gotta go. Paul, my friend, such a joy. And we have Myra has agreed to do the flute, Native American flute.
So now is the time in our service when we take the time to share our joys and concerns. And can everyone hear me? To share our joys and concerns. And if you'd like, you can light a candle when you come on up. And Lori's going to join us for this as well.
So we have been asked by a church in the Upper Valley of New Hampshire and Vermont to share a concern and sort of gather our energy around a response. So I'm going to light a candle and share with you. And I apologize if it's a little long, but it's very, very important. It is a great concern. So Pastor Paul, I don't know what his last name is, I have to look at that, but one of their parishioners, Mohan Madawi, a Columbian student, a student of Columbia, and a dear friend of the congregation, not a member, he's a Muslim and a practicing Buddhist. He reached out to share with us that he is Palestinian, and he grew up in a refugee camp in the West Bank. He's been a legal permanent resident of the Upper Valley for more than 10 years. During that time, he has been fully connected and participating in their community. On April 14th, he was abducted by ICE while attending a meeting with immigration authorities, which they they invited him as an interview that would fulfill his next step on his journey to citizenship, which was a ruse. Obviously, they set that up to apprehend him. He is a member of that congregation and is taken away in a parade of unmarked SUVs. Because his legal team and some members of the congregation and others were prepared for this, a Vermont federal court judge was able to issue a restraining order to keep him in Vermont while his legal process plays out. They've heard within 9 minutes, they heard in 9 minutes before all of the legal team responded, he would have been put on the plane to Louisiana, where he would have not had access to his legal team. He's a member of the congregation, and they are in fear for his life, and they are asking for our spiritual support at this point, and they may be asking for additional support. So I just wanted to share that with you. I think we will hear more things like this. I apologize how this makes me emotional, but I promised him I would light a candle and share this story. So.
Thank you, Lori, for sharing that hard time for many people in our country. I lit a candle of joy for yesterday's service celebrating Janine Wilson's life. It was very touching, very poignant, and just fills my heart. I've made sure that Janine Wilson is added to my Try for a Cure t-shirt. If you don't know what that's all about, you can Google Try for a Cure Maine or ask me. But it's an organization I have supported for years. Thank you.
My name's Randa. My pronouns are she, her, hers. Thank you, Lori, for that candle and story. And I just want you to know, some of you are familiar with the organization WION, Welcoming Immigrants, Our New Neighbors. And an immigrant that is a part of that community has also been taken by ICE. And it's here. And I don't know what to do, but I know the education is part of it. And let's see what we can do to support each other as we I don't know, circle our wagons.
Okay, I just wanted to let you know that $35,000 in order to do what we want to do as a congregation. And unless we get significantly closer to that number, we're going to be in deep trouble. So, if anyone wants to write a check for $35,000 that is fine. And if not, and you have not turned in your pledge, please do so. And please dig as deep as you can to support this wonderful church. Thank you.
Good morning, all. My name is Lori, and I have a sorrow and joy. This past week was the 6th anniversary of my mother and my mother-in-law's death. They died on the same night. And this was also the 12th birthday of our dear, sweet Elise. She's a grandniece to us. And thank you, Lori, for sharing the story.
So I am lighting a candle this morning for my mother, who received a very troubling diagnosis last week, and I'm really worried about her. And I also lit my candle for joy as well. I got the opportunity to get together with all of my mom friends on Friday night, and it was really wonderful to just have some time just for us. And the other candle I lit was for all of the sorrows and joys that go unspoken.
Let's take a deep breath. And join together in a spirit of reflection. Source of all creation, all things have happened under the arc of time. Tough things, great things, life-giving things, evil things. And yet, as humans, we persist. We are grateful to be joined together in sanctuary, as community, to hold each other and hold up each other when it gets tough, and it's tough. We are also grateful to be joined together to share each other's great joys and buoy our souls as we recognize the beauty that is in the world. Inspire us, fill us with joy, remind us we are a gift, this is a gift, and truly our call is to steward those gifts and celebrate them and create joy so that we can pass that forward. In gratitude, I raise my voice. So be it.
So I'm going to share a reading with you that is a Ute prayer. And it goes like this. Earth, teach me stillness, as the grasses are stilled with light. Earth, teach me suffering, as old stones suffer with memory. Earth, teach me humility, as blossoms are humble with beginning. Earth, teach me caring, as the mother who secures her young. Earth, teach me courage, as the tree which stands alone. Earth, teach me limitation, as the ant which crawls on the ground. Earth, teach me freedom, as the eagle which soars in the sky. Earth, teach me resignation, as the leaves which die in the fall. Earth, teach me regeneration, as the seed which rises in the spring. Earth, teach me to forget myself, as melted snow forgets its life. Earth, teach me to remember kindness, as dry fields weep in the rain.
And now stand as you're able and join me in singing, I think, hymn number 298, Wake Now My Senses. Considering this year's Earth Day, may we honor all the advocates, activists, prophetic voices who continue to seek a different way for us, one which allows for the flourishing of all life, human and other than human. And in particular, we honor the Pope Francis, who used his place of power to advocate for justice for all creation, never forgetting that the well-being of the earth and the well-being of humanity are inextricably connected, particularly for those most marginalized who seem to get it the worst in all of this. We are called to be advocates for the earth, to be stewards of the earth. In our streams of faith and traditions that came before Unitarian or Universalism, the Bible, for instance, the Old Testament, makes us stewards of creation. And perhaps some through the years have interpreted that to mean the dominators or masters of creation. But we all know in these four walls that stewards mean protectors, caregivers, appreciators, lovers. And that those are responsibilities as human beings given our station in life. We have free will, proposedly, and we have the ability to ambulate. We have opposable thumbs. I can't believe we aren't meant for caring for all the parts of creation, which are benefits from the gifts that we have, especially since they care for us. The earth cares for us without even being asked, or even when we don't care for the earth. Robin Wall Kimmerer says, even a wounded world is feeding us. Even a wounded world holds us, giving us moments of wonder and joy every day. And she says, I choose joy over despair, not because I have my head in the sand, but because joy is what the earth gives me. It gives that to me daily, and I must return that gift. With joy to heal the earth, I must return that gift. We must return that gift. In a world on fire, it is almost impossible to figure out what that even means sometimes. But what is my part? What will be enough? How can I make a difference? We have endless circles of questions around that. Different forms of advocacy, different forms of transformation, different ways to invest our time, and I frankly find it exhausting, guilt-inducing, and sometimes defeating. Where do I spend my energy? How do I engage in doing my part? That is the question for me morally and spiritually these days. And given the way of the world, even without the political turmoil that's going on, I think that is one of the most important questions of our time, certainly as a spiritual community. There are so many things that need our attention, so many ways we can engage with them, and we can't attend to them all. Some drain our energy and make us feel bad, and that's really not sustainable or engaging for some of us, if any of us. But we are called to do something. So I had 2 interactions lately, suggestions recently that really changed my perspective. They grew me. And thank you to those involved. Some of you are here. One was a conversation about the currency of time. My time is my most precious asset, personally. Deciding what I do with it and where I spend it is an important and, in fact, a moral decision. It's a spiritual decision. And if I choose to spend it in ways that diminish me or diminish anyone else, I am not honoring my values and my spirituality. I am not doing the best that I can, and the best that I can to make it a better world. That's my belief. And I didn't take that to mean there won't be many times that I have to do things that I don't want to do. So choosing to do things that nourish me doesn't mean I don't have to do the hard things. But when I choose and I have a choice to pay attention and assign my energy, the most precious asset I have, when I decide to share that attention, it needs to count. It needs to benefit the world. And part of this conversation was grounded in the notion of not giving attention that is counter to my personal values and beliefs, which gives those things power. and power over us, actually. I don't want to spend my emotional currency in any capacity that gives power to that which oppresses. And, if you think about this like South Africa, like divesting financially from organizations, which is a powerful act, we've caused to topple countries by taking our money away, taking our attention away, taking our social currency away is even more important, I think. It's a very powerful form of activism, even when we're not on the streets marching. It not only takes the spotlight away from something, but it also takes it in a way that saves our own souls sometimes. The other suggestion, and that person isn't here, but I will credit Kelsey Holt, was the suggestion that I listened to an On Being podcast about Oliver Burkeman's work, Time Management for Mortals. Saying something similar, I gleaned many things, but there was a phrase that he used that stuck with me as I prepared for this service, and that is, sometimes we have to proactively not care about something in order to care about something else more effectively. Sometimes we have to proactively not care about something. And I think there's an enormously important intersection here and a call to this community right now in many ways. So on a macro level, we can't take up every cause, do every action. We may have to, we should, sorry for using that word, proactively decide who we are, what we prioritize, and what we can spiritually take on. Using our principles and values to guide us, decide maybe what the most important issue is and what our most important asset of our time and attention should go to. What we should be doing with those assets to support each other, which is so important, and what we can do to support the larger community and the world and the country effectively in a way that doesn't eat our soul. And of course, part of that is cultivating joy to be together. And perhaps the other side of that is there's an invitation to deliberately remove our attention away from things as a form of resistance and advocacy when we can't march on the streets. And that is powerful as well. Powerful for ourselves and our well-being, powerful in the statement it makes to the world about what is worthy of our most precious asset. There are ways we can choose and need to show up and should show up, and there are ways that we can choose to withdraw. And that's important. And I think we need to think about that and interpret that together, if that makes sense. And then on a micro level, this begins by committing to transforming and sustaining our microcosm of a community, one that thrives on honest conversation and feedback, one that focuses on grace and trust, one that focuses on looking for the best in each other, even when we're annoyed and angry, one that is joyful and nurturing and respectful and life-giving together. And not to be dramatic, and I can be, but the world is on fire. It was before the election. Climate change, homelessness, hunger, fill in the blanks, and it certainly is now in every possible way. But I feel like our specific call right now is to figure out, first, who we are, second, what our process is for engaging in group transformation, and then creating a roadmap together to navigate, assessing our capacity, levels of energy, personal passions, taking inventory of our deal breakers and our raw spots, deciding what we will spend our attention on collectively and what we will withdraw our attention from. Because it's not all signs and banners, it's also about assessing what each one of us needs and what the community needs in here and what the community needs out here. We are a sanctuary. We are a safe space. What does that mean? We need to find ways to have these conversations and to listen to one another, to consider that we have individually and collectively to address these things and respond to each other together. together. So one way I want to ground ourselves in the midst of this is joy. Might not sound like that, but I want us to think about joy. That is a powerful form of advocacy because sometimes the world sucks it away from you, and we can cultivate it together in all the ways we choose to spend our time, attention, and money. I want us to consider that one of the greatest calls to life and life in community is to cultivate joy, and that is within our power. We have the power to choose joy together, right? Many people believe that joy and happiness are one and the same, but they're not. In reality, they are profoundly different. Happiness can be conditional and externally driven, while joy is internal contentment that we can choose. While both are important aspects to cultivate in our lives, we should strive to align ourselves with the deeper sense of joy. We have traditions that inform this. Buddhism is one of them. As we take better care of our mental, emotional, spiritual, physical selves, we create more joy in our lives, led by the example of others, and also naturally align with taking care of our community and the planet. And this completely aligns with our principles. Joy means emphasizing the interconnectedness. Joy means protecting democracy. It highlights the importance of understanding how everything is related, not broken. We encourage action and responsibility. It calls for individuals to take ownership of their role in protecting the planet and protecting the joy and protecting the community. Do what we can do when we can do it without perseverating about what we can't do and what we aren't doing. Trust that we are stewarding ourselves and proactively saying no sometimes so we can say yes when we can say yes. That is acknowledging the inherent worth and dignity of every person because not everybody can say yes all the time. Some people can't say yes at all, and that's okay. And we will find beauty and motivation together when we get to know what is important to each other. The phrase "with joy to heal the earth" embodies a call to action, suggesting that engaging in environmental stewardship with a positive and joyful attitude will be effective, sustainable, life-giving. And the environment means more than the ozone layer. The environment means what is going on with our neighbors, in city council meetings regarding zoning, in homeless encampments by the river, at dance class, in the scouts that our kids participate in, on the beach, in our workplaces, in our homes, for our new Mainers, in schools. Environmental stewardship is making sustainable choices to allow your healthy participation in the world, our healthy participation in the community. Joy in a community as a community is where we can begin. We have control of that, tangibly, to ground ourselves to be the beacon that the world needs right now. And it's a choice, and it's a fierce choice. And it is needed, and it feels countercultural right now. But it's an important tool for stewardship, and it's a catalyst for personal and collective well-being, for grateful living, for connecting with nature, for compassion and empathy. There's a phrase in the Jewish tradition called tikkun olam, which emphasizes the desire to bring the world to a state of perfection. It can be seen as parallel to the idea of healing the earth with joy. Now, examples of joyful action, this could include volunteering for environmental cleanups, hosting coffee hour, planting trees, reducing waste, making a labyrinth in the back together, or having a fire pit with contemplative sessions with each other, or simply spending time in nature together. Choosing joy means healing ourselves first. Now, this is an important one I want to share. The sustainable way, literally the sustainable way of saving our planet is to look within ourselves and resolve our inner conflicts first. Instead of rushing to relieve those conflicts, to make those conflicts feel better by externalizing the suffering, by putting it on other people, or injecting it back into shopping or drinking or whatever. And when you take care of yourself, You take care of the earth because you end your own suffering. Healing is never easy, but it is always worth the effort. It is the most powerful form of advocacy. And when it comes to our health and our earth, we should spare no expense. From healtheplanet.com, I want to share this. Globally, consumerism is the biggest suppressor of joy. Consumerism. Throughout the world, the two main factors that cultivate joy are a sense of community and celebration. Sense of community and celebration. Studies show that 20 minutes a day of being outside actually boosts your levels of serotonin and helps cultivate joy. So, come together in community, celebrate, go outside. It boosts your immune system. Now, another interesting fact is that America is ranked as the 19th happiest country in the world. The 19th happiest country. When America's per capita income has doubled since 1972, while happiness has declined by 10%. Right? So in spite of it all, in spite of what we do, I just want to circle us back. The earth cares for us and loves us deeply, even when we don't do the same. It shares with us endlessly. Let us do that for the earth. We can do it in little ways, and we can do it by being healthy personally and by being healthy in community. Let us be open to what it has to teach us, just like the You'd prayer. Choose joy to heal ourselves and each other. Choose joy in community. It's a choice. You don't have to be happy, but bring the joy. Know that the earth is always giving us joy in all that it's doing. My favorite time of year is when the buds are just getting ready to burst and they're brilliant neon green. That's joyful to me, and the earth gives that to me without anything. I can choose joy. Our earth as you choose joy to be in the world, we will heal the world together. And may that be so. So when we gather together as a community, we bring the gifts of ourselves, our hearts and spirits, our time and energy, our talents and skills to support the work of the church here and then the larger community. We also bring the gift of generosity, giving of what we have so that the work can continue. As always, half our offering will be sent out into the larger community to support the work of an agency or organization doing important work right now. This month, we're sharing our offering for the Saco Food Pantry, and if you're watching from home, you can make donations through the Give button on the webpage, or you can send a check to UUCSB 60 School Street, Saco, Maine, 04072. This morning's offering will now be received. me in the words for extinguishing our chalice. As we release this flame from its faithful service today, we allow the spark in each of us to burn on, to warm our compassion, to fire our delight, to light our paths today, tomorrow, and always. And join me in singing 1064 in the Teal hymnal, Blue Boat Home. Please be seated. Oh, you did. Great. Thanks. So as we leave this place, let us commit to acting with respect and responsibility, choosing actions that protect and nurture our planet and protect and nurture ourselves. Let us be inspired to find joy in simple things, in the beauty of a sunrise, the rustling of leaves, the bursting of buds, and the vibrant tapestry of everything around us. May Earth Day be a catalyst for positive change, a reminder that our shared journey towards a thriving and sustainable future where both humanity and nature can flourish, that is within our grasp. Go forth today in joy to heal our earth. Now, thank you for joining us today. Our service is concluded. Today is kind of special because we're having a forum in the other room, and it's a really important one. We want feedback, but we want to share information with you, but we also want to start to cultivate some opportunities to figure out who we are and where we're going and how we want to navigate. So I really hope you can join us. Hopefully there's enough food. I didn't bring something for the potluck, but as long as there's cookies, I'm good. Please remain seated for the postlude.